deep in thought, sitting on a red chair. It was just a dream, or so I thought. She was real, though. It took some time to come to realize that. Looking around the room now, the black turns with dark green walls and a fireplace with a blazing fire. A green carpet that was just a bit lighter color than the walls. Was it some new disease that took her? I can't seem to remember. All we are doing lately is walking around with masks on. She did it to herself. She left me. Looking to the left out a window, the snow is falling down. I see an evergreen tree with a bit of snow on the needles now. Yet the needles reminded me not of pine, but of addiction, and the snow a fine sugar coat over nothingness. An image of snow, once pure and calming, now even outside of my vision of sanctuary, flickering flames in the hearth and a dazzling display of winter bore my soul into a deep state of dark and cold. Those memories once thought dead were set ablaze once more, for fear of the cold darkness lingering. Just as I turn my head to look at the fire, the radio starts to play a song. The machine sound reminds me of the tearing of my relationship, but the machine is more than a woman. It's like the system of a whole concept of what is done in relationships.
Everything between us, put it all again for another day, not a better day. Searching for the queen, even though she died so long ago. But I didn't know, scouting out a team, racing for the harsh reality. Some clarity, ripping at the seams, patching up the holes, but it's never fixed. Starting another stench, falling out, falling in. So it's the same, but just a different pace. Now I'm breathing out, breathing in, but you keep your mask on just in case. Try it out, try it in. Giving the world to you, but you wouldn't do the same for me. Now my blood runs colder and colder, looking into my dead memories. And now it feels like nothing's left inside. The world is falling down on me. Could you believe? Would you believe that I've become an enemy? Machine. Kill the machine. Kill the machine. machine, breathing in the sin of yesterday, yesteryear, creeping up on me, paving in my head to give again, and live again, carry a belief, bury all your dead and fuck them all it all, shit not a dream, do it all again, another way, not a better way. Would have given the world to you, but you wouldn't do the same for me. Now my blood runs colder and colder, looking into my dead memories. Now it feels like nothing's left inside. The world is falling down on me. What do you believe? What do you believe? That every comment and disease. I'm a killing machine.
Kind of melting, but it still looks so cold. Turning my head back to the fire, my eyes scan across a side table on my left and rest on a dusty Bible. The old one's lost and dead. A thought surfaces. Taking my right hand, I reach to the side table on my right where I keep my notebook. Inside, I flip to a blank page, taking a pen that's propped in between the cover. With my right hand at the top, I write in bold letters, "Dark and Cold." Then, a knock on the door stops me from writing more. She's dead, I think. So I stopped writing. The ink dries quickly. I stand up slowly and allow the warmth to settle me once more. It couldn't be a knock. She's gone. I'm alone. And yet, 3 more knocks sound across the room. My breath falls. I find my heart racing, but it's inevitable. I approach the door and open it abruptly, awaiting the impact of what I might see. Nothing. There's no one there. She's dead. I'm alone. I'm isolated.
so happy. Never taste of appetites. Raptures from the sea. Yeah, I'm isolated. I've been through it all. I'm so frustrated. I got rise above. Running free from obligation. Looking back on our melodies. Turning to the heart, yeah. After so much senseless greed, yeah. I'm isolated. I've been through it all. I'm so frustrated. I gotta rise
As I walk back to sit down and continue writing, I hear a ring on my phone and feel the buzz in my pocket. Pulling out my phone, I fumble and it falls. Like in slow motion, I see it falling down on the ground, and in the back of my mind, I picture the phone screen cracking. Slowly, I lean down to pick it up, and I feel pain in my back. The phone is still ringing, and there's no crack on the screen when I inspect it. As if on cue, I refer back to the title of my work, Black and White, Nothing But the Truth. Like my phone screen, the emptiness it encapsulated relative to my soul was damn near synonymous. It was almost a perfect indicator of my thoughts, my feelings, my sight. Everything that I experienced within that dull, sudden moment was simply dark and cold with the phone constantly ringing.
I'm always questioning the diabolical truth. What does it feel when we run in circles? It's just a matter of time before I set myself ablaze. I never rise again. Look me in the eyes so you can see my point. The sunlight went away from all the whispers. The rain keeps pouring down. The clouds block out the sun. The world's so dark and cold. I can't trotted lands. I think I'm gonna go mad. Did I block out the sun and leave us desperate? It's just a matter of time before the poison's in my veins and my eyes roll back. Look me in the eyes so you can see my point. The sunlight went away from all the cats out. The rain keeps pouring down. The clouds block out the sun. The world's so dark and cold, and I can't forget what I've done. The rain keeps pouring down. The old one's lost and dead. The world's so dark and cold, and I can't get out of my head. It's just a matter of time before I fill my soul with shame and my heart turns black. Look me in the eyes so you can see my point. The sunlight went away from all the sorrow. The rain keeps pouring down. The clouds block out the sun. The world's so dark and cold, and I can't forget what I've done. The rain keeps pouring down. The old one's lost and dead. The world's so dark and cold, I can't get out of my head. The rain keeps pouring down. The clouds block out the sun. So dark and cold, I can't forget what I've done. The rain keeps pouring down. The old one's lost and dead. The world's so dark and cold, and it's time that I went to bed.
As I step out into the dark night with dim street lights shining on the sidewalk, the moon is peeking out from behind the clouds. I think to myself, see, it's not so dark after all, but that's not what the back of my mind is referring to. Maybe I should call her, not the one that's dead, the one that left me. But no, I can't. It will bring up too much pain. So I just keep walking. My hand grasps the phone in my pocket, half ready to pull it out. But the memory lingers, and another. So many times I've failed to please her, but so many times she succeeded in pleasing me. I was a leech, and she loved it, and I can't do that anymore. We escaped the cage together. I put myself back in, and I'm not dragging her back with me.
searching help, yeah, this will be the last one. Slip me from my cage, yeah, we could be like turtle doves. Treat me like a man again, and I'll tell you when I'm done. Darling, I'm waiting for you to offer me your perfect surrender. I don't wanna beg you for it anymore. Darling, I'm praying for you. Forget the past and never remember. I don't wanna cry about it anymore. To me, you're tender and sweet. To you, I'm disgusting and afraid. To me, you're tender and sweet. To you, I'm disgusting and afraid. Tell me how you feel, yeah, just another night, my love. Be there for my heart again, and don't put up a front. Break me from my cage, girl, we can be like turtle doves. Treat me like a fool again, and I'll tell you when I'm done. Darling, I'm waiting for you to offer me your perfect surrender. I don't wanna beg you for it anymore. Darling, I'm praying for you. Forget the past and never remember. I don't wanna cry about it anymore. To me, you're tender and sweet. To you, I'm disgusting and afraid. To me, you're tender and sweet. To you, I'm disgusting and afraid. To me, you're tender and sweet. To you, I'm disgusting and afraid. To me, you're tender and sweet. To you, I'm disgusting and afraid.
Anymore. We escaped the cage together. I put myself back in, and I'm not dragging her back with me. Walking further down the street, I come across a crowd of people with signs saying, "We will not wear masks." I just keep walking, not ignoring the issue at hand or anything, but I needed to walk and think. I didn't need more underlying things to think about, but I did think of a title for the next piece of work, Retribution. I look up at the dark sky. The clouds now moved away and revealed a full sky of stars with the bright moon. Usually the stars don't shine this much in the city with all the light pollution. Then I remembered I'm in a town north of the city. I still wondered, is there a blackout right now? But no, the street lights are still on, far away now, but still on. But I have walked into a dark area where there's no street lights. In fact, I'm in the middle of a soccer field. I didn't even notice this strange walk here. Memories start floating up of watching the game of young ones. Then memories of being young come afloat. I look up again and see the stars. Orion's belt. 3 big stars, 3 kings. Walking further along out of the soccer field, I come across a church. A big cross in the sky, coming out of the middle of the building like a chimney. And suddenly I felt more nostalgia. I used to worship the cross. I used to love that symbol. It was my identity, my faith. The depth of my love was almost as strong as the emotions that must have been pervading through the masses of soldiers fighting for the Lord, dying for the Lord, crying for the Lord, suffering for an unseen persona. But it doesn't matter. The old God that people worshipped was long gone, and he's been replaced by a new, modernized one, an idol for the people to make excuses about life, like a dagger through my soul. Jesus preached about love and openness, and yet his followers condemned people simply for their views, sexualities, outlooks, personalities, as if it has anything to do with not loving or not being open. They'd rather society remain closed, so I thought back to that crowd of people as I pondered the purity of the three kings, all with one goal and one destiny.
As you speak the word, we, the followers abroad, we, the worshippers of God, we, like the stars that ever glow, we, like the three kings long ago. Be yourself, but not yourself. Not yourself. Faithful towards the light, but not the light they see. Yeah, your mother always warned you to leave your childhood behind. For if you don't be careful, the whip will sound across your spine. We, the followers of God, we, the worshippers of God, we, like the stars that ever glow, we, like the three kings long ago. Oh, we, the followers of God, we, the worshippers of God, we, like the stars that ever glow, we are like the three kings long ago.
As I walked further, I came to a lake. The waves wash up on shore, not cold enough yet to freeze the lake, but too cold to take off my shoes and feel the sand on my feet. Hearing the waves eases my mind a bit. Still very boggled with thoughts and feelings, but the waves make it seem like I can push it into the past, or at least to the back of my mind. Just for a moment, I'm at peace with the world. It often happens when I'm faced with a vast basin of water stretched out in front of me. The shores on the other side of the lake are so close yet so far away, like another world. I could swim if it wasn't so cold, but even then, the feeling of not being able to reach the other side of the water fills me with a feeling of want, longing for a new journey along with a new destination. As I'm brought out of that peace, a memory surfaces of feeling the undertow pull at my lower body when in the water just above my waist, taking my mind into a fearful time of my life. Then another memory comes of who I thought was calling. What is with this night? My mind keeps spinning and thinking with emotions all over the map.
Lift yourself, no one else. You never were all that meek. Oh, you thought that you could work alone. You thought that you could make your throne, but became a clone. You thought that you could free yourself. You thought that you could spit at hell. Instead you fell in the undertow. Ooh. In the undertow. Oh. Trust me now before you drown, or you never get to grow. Free to grow, free to change, or else you'd be free to go. Oh, you thought that you could work alone. You thought that you could make your throne, but became a clone. You thought that you could free yourself. You thought that you could spit at hell. Instead you fell in the undertow. Oh! You're free to go. You're free to go. Free to roam, freedom reigns. I'm not falling on my knees. Free to go, free to change. Just give me some goddamn peace. You thought that you could work alone. You thought that you could make your throne, but became a clone. You thought that you could free yourself. You thought that you could spit at hell. Instead you fell in the undertow.
It's getting cold standing near this water. Why did I even walk here? I must be out of my mind. Even just the memory of having my feet in this water is cold. The sand under my feet would feel nice, though. I walk away from the cold water. I think about how I have nowhere to go. I'm wandering around at night trying to clear my mind. Walking now away from the sand, I pass a playground. I picture kids playing in the park, sliding down the slide, laughing. How I wish I could be young again. Strolling along, looking into the distance at the streetlights, I think, should I walk downtown? The times I would go play Texas Hold'em or other poker games come afloat in my memory. I think it would be good to go play a game, but then I remember I'm out of cash. A cashless stranger wandering through a park and watching kids playing. What a way to be. But I know it's just my brain telling me I'm an outcast with nowhere to go, although it doesn't help that the thought keeps crossing my mind. Am I just an endless traveler? Am I a lone warrior? Or a loser without a cause? So many notions, so many negatives. All the time, they nag at me, telling me that I have nowhere to turn, nowhere to go, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
still the one to blame.
It's time to start walking home, I think to myself, the place I call home. Sometimes I'm not so sure I should call it home. I'm getting closer to the street with the orange glow from the streetlights. I can see the sidewalk with someone walking their dog on it. As I get closer, I see some litter on the ground. Then, as I get even closer, I question if it is litter or money. It's green, and the shape of money. Green, the color of a Canadian $20 bill. A bit closer now, and I can tell it is. I looked around quickly, as if I could find the owner, but the person walking their dog was gone, and if I remember correctly, the litter looked like it was already there when they walked past it. I decided that the best thing to do was put the money to good use. After picking it up off the ground, I double-checked to make sure no one was around and made for the nearest bar on the block, the Deadlights, a backwater pub with a reputation for miscreants and harlots. The ceiling was barely held up by rafters made of sunken wood. But the alcohol was all anyone really cared about there anyways. When I went inside the building, I could already sense tension as the clanging of instruments and raw energy pervaded throughout the room. Up on stage played a notorious band known for their misdemeanors and cruelty to fans, something everyone came to know and somehow love. I remember them playing one of my favorite songs of theirs, Cosmic Waters, sort of a ballad to a misandrist woman who held all the cards. As the song plays, I look around the bar and see a beautiful woman sitting all by herself. I thought to myself, now why is such a beautiful woman sitting all by herself? Should I walk over there and introduce myself? She makes eye contact and smiles endearingly. I assumed she'd practiced that expression and remembered the handful of times I turned up empty-handed after a night out at the good old Deadlights. They generally want me to buy them drinks. We talk about nonsense.
And then they either give me a fake number or they start talking about their profession. I wasn't going to be made a fool again, not after those sorry nights when the harlots took control.
Never in control when you go to sell my love. Never get the chance to recommend my love. Sinking down into your morning bed, my love. I let you use me like an instrument, my love. Cradle me and sail me on my way. Hold me down and show the world below. You think that you're in control? You think that I'm not enough? You think I'm closing my eyes? It's time from your gentle lies, my love. Sinking down to let you victimize, my love. I'm always fighting for those selfish lies, my love. Remember all the things that I have done. Tremble when you feel my power flow. You think that you're in control? You think that I'm not enough? You think I'm closing my eyes? You think that you're in control? Control. Trouble. think that you're in control. You think that you're in control. You think that I'm not enough. You think that I'm not enough. You think I'm closing my eyes. You think I'm losing my mind. You think that you're in control. 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 Control.
As another song finishes, I finish up my drink and cogitate if I should leave yet or not. I do have some cash left from the $20 I found. Curiosity gets the best of me, and I look over at the woman across the bar again. This time, she meets my gaze again
and makes to bring herself over to the seat adjacent to mine. Looks like I had no control over the situation at all.
She suddenly frowns and asks, "You think you're just gonna sit here and not offer to buy a lady a drink?"
Bingo! Her game was what I predicted, or so I thought.
She made for her own wallet and asked the bartender for 2 shots of Jaeger on her. It was certainly unexpected.
But more curious was the fact that she didn't seem the least bit interested in the music that was playing.
Not at all. That's when it occurred to me that this beautiful woman was no regular woman. She was the owner. She changed drastically since I last saw her, as though she finally put one foot forward and decided to exercise and all around take care of her well-being. She was like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
All day, the kindling where I lay, I keep on trying to light the spark. From the ashes, growing wings, coming out, glistening. The sunlight creeping in, this time I'm gonna win. I keep on hoping to light the spark. From the ashes, going strong, climbing out. Now I'm alone. You gotta let me show you how I really feel. It's rising up high above. Make this power real. You need to let me show you why I'm soaring high. Dying to light the spark. From the ashes, going up, branching out till I erupt. Your kindness disappeared. It's greater than you feared. I keep on yearning to light the spark. From the ashes, growing tall, stretching out, and I'll never fall. You gotta let me show you how I really feel. It's rising up high above. You gotta let me show you how I really feel.
It's rising up.
High above, make this power real. You need to let me show you why I'm soaring high
It's rising up.
from below. I will show you why. You gotta let me show you how I really feel.
It's rising up.
High above, make this power real. You need to let me show you why I'm soaring high
It's rising up.
from below. I will show you why.
Taking a step back, I think for a moment about the door knock I thought I heard earlier, then about the phone call I thought I was getting earlier. Then that made me think of her again. But I forced myself to think of what happened later, the walk, the people with the signs, the title of another piece of work I wanted, Retribution. Looking over to the wall, I see the art on it. Cool things like old drum skins, drumsticks, old guitars, all with signatures on them, most probably from bands that no longer even play, but still need to have as art on the wall. I think back to the woman sitting beside me. Was she waiting for me to say something?
We have the shots in our hands, and I make my mind up to thank her.
Thanks. Cheers to the great bands that play. That's it. That's all I could think of to say. There wasn't something better. Wow. I feel a wave of fear and regret that I couldn't think of something better to say wash over me. But I still managed to fake a stupid smile. She seemed amused, to be honest.
She raised her shot, and I took my shot down with her.
I started feeling nervous, and my legs started shaking. The worst part was that she noticed. I definitely zoned out at that moment and thought about the song I was working on, and somehow, with the emotions I was working up, I was able to come up with some nice lyrics on the spot in my head.
to tear. Drift far away from solution. Another black affair. Strike against the priest. On affluence we come to feast. No moral gain forevermore. Our mortal hells we now adore. Downpouring crumbled soul, my Lord receives his toll. Delighted face, eroding ways. Confined we see below, inside the flames of woe. Evading help, we've lost ourselves. Come for my retribution. And when it's over, I'll make you drown in the blood. May we be chosen for the part and swim until our souls submerge. Encourage followers of sound. The march of death will soon begin.
As I look over at the band, a big head of blonde curly hair pops up out of the crowd of people and comes towards the bar, blocking the view of the band. Oh no, not Carcella. As people in a group I used to hang around called her Stella Carcella. Her first name was actually Rachel, but she prefers just Carcella. She comes right to me and says, "Aren't you going to come join the mosh?" As if anyone really does the mosh dance much anymore. A group of maybe 5 or 10, sometimes getting up to 15 in these small bar shows. No, I'm not really in the mood tonight. Great music though, I reply, trying to gaze past her bouncy hair at the band playing. As I look over at the woman who bought me a shot, I find that Carcella was there, cock-blocking me, literally. Sitting there for a couple more minutes, my mind wanders thinking of how I didn't even get this woman's name.
No matter. I can always come back to the bar at a later time.
I knew her name once, but I have forgotten it over time. With that, I got up and walked out of the bar. My mind had enough of the games. It's a wonder why I show up to social gatherings at all, always the same nonsense. At that thought, I realized where my journey began. Was it a dream after all? It could could have been. The phone call was certainly of my own creation. The fire was my fierceness, a kindling blaze that represented my desire to keep on as the world around me became bitter and cold.
But the idea of the woman who was taken by the new disease invaded my memory once more as I walked back towards my stead.
The street lights seemed to be brighter than before, as I pondered how I even got to where I was that night. Then it hit me. This man I was, this disease that took my old love, was sadness. It was the same disease that was trying to poison my mind. I let her go because I couldn't help her.
And that realization made me start to succumb. My thoughts began to wall up my emotions.
And I focused on one sole answer to life. No one can help you unless you help yourself, no matter how much you wish someone else could assist.
Your walls must be fortified by all of your past transgressions, all of your losses, all of your victories, under the pretense that you will find better. With that in mind, the journey ahead, your personal bardo, will be a lonely one until that day finally comes.
all you out there watching us right now. I'd like to thank you all for sticking around. This is the first time we've done anything like this, and I love you all. That's it for the set.
Yeah, now we have questions and answers.
Okay, so the recording stopped. The stream is still running. Let me get my phone so you can read the fucking.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Comments!
We got someone actually commented? Jesus Christ!
Oh, fucking Donnie.
Fucking Donnie.
Right there and scroll up to find them.
Sure.
It's got a delay on it, so ignore what you see. They're gonna fix that for that. And hey, someone talk to them while he's reading. Don't let him sit there.
How's everyone doing?
Huh?
Hello, everybody.
Oh, we gotta. Do you want me to read these comments?
Sure, that's a good idea. I'm
Okay.
illiterate, so I can't.
Shirley and Kat, whoever you beautiful person is. First time listening live. Thanks so much for tuning in. Storytelling in between each song is a great introduction. They love the thought behind that. That was actually our doing with the writing. Austin says, rock on. Matt Waters says he's in love with the lead singer. I already knew that, but thank you, Matt. Thank you so much. My brother says, let's go rock on. It's your mom. Pat Chrétien says, excellent production and performance. Thank you so much. Austin says, you definitely have the voice for the introductions, for the story. I agree with that. Donnie says the singer is dreamy. A lot of other stuff I'm not going to say.
Oh, PG-13.
He likes your shirt, real life green superhero. Love that. Mostly just awesome song. Thanks for the comments, Donnie. I'm not reading all those out loud. You're crazy. You're crazy, buddy. But we love you. That's pretty much it. Still got 3 people watching. Hey, guys.
Wow, why are you doing that?
Oh, shit.
What?
That's awesome.
It was a
That's
question
it.
answer time, that's why. So yeah, they're waiting for the interview.
They're waiting for the interview.
I'm gonna actually start doing that interview.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. It's not very often I do this. Thanks for checking it out. I really appreciate it. Help us spread the good word. And I deeply apologize for the problems that we usually have at the beginning of each stream. It's all technical crap, and it's hard to get a grip on because we're trying to do it as cheap as humanly possible, so we use free services and such. So thanks for sticking around anyway, though. And I know it gets a little frustrating when you try to get on and it doesn't work, and it's even more frustrating at this end. Anyway, we're not going to stop doing this shit, and I got to thank you guys very much for coming. It's fucking phenomenal, man. This was great. Okay, love you all. Cheers. I'm shutting her down.